What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review, and this might be my first ever Soju review. K3 Soju is going on an absolute tear right now. He is, I think, 26 hours into his stream, and you can tell by his tracker. He started at like 950 LP, and this is like decently into the stream, but he's almost at like 1500 right now. This guy's climbed over 500 LP in one sitting. And so I just felt like I had to VOD review what Soju's doing because it's pretty crazy. I think he has a pretty good understanding of how to play the patch in a way that I think not everyone is really doing. Like I think a lot of people are looking at this patch and they're thinking it's more like reroll oriented, that you want to play like reroll like every game that you can. And there are a lot of games that Soju has played today. Most of them where he hasn't really played reroll, and as you can see here, we're gonna pick up this Corki and already just think about playing like AD from this spot right here. Corki plays very well into just sort of like AD flex type openers, and that's definitely what we're gonna be doing here with this Garen. And because he's playing this, it almost looks. I mean, I think he just wants to get the 8-bit in, right? And yeah, he's just going to play this. And yeah, he is going to level up here. I feel like Soju so much in these games has been playing for HP, leveling up, slamming items, playing strongest board, and he's just been farming people with it, really. Because, there's so many people on this patch with, the rise of Hail Reroll, with the rise of Katarina, with the rise of, well, actually a little bit fall of stuff like Riven, stuff like Yone. There's so many people who want to just play like kind of a weak opener for reroll. It means that if you do what Soju's doing here, you slam decent items and just play TFT, you will be rewarded very much so. And also, when you get things like heartsteel, you can also get very rewarded, which he has here. I'd assume we're going to fit this in, but ooh, it looks like he's not even going to fit in heartsteel here because he wants to actually just play. Okay, yeah, I'd be shocked if Soju doesn't. I'm shocked anytime someone doesn't play heartsteel. Obviously, later we can get this this Garen back in and be like really happy about that, or even get the Tahm Kench back in, depending on what we want to prioritize here. But I mean, a 2/2 heartsteel, there's nothing wrong with that. We could even potentially raise the stakes depending on how strong this lobby looks like. We'll see. But yeah, we're looking at making 10 gold here, and then potentially we'll see raising the stakes down the line. But yeah, this is a fantastic open. The Guard Breaker is a pretty interesting slam because it's a pretty non-standard item, but I think it does very well in a lot of different comps. Soju this game, I would say, is definitely trying to play around the sort of like AD flex style that a lot of people have been playing. And, that in my opinion is way overpowered on this patch, where you play around Ezreal, who's a very strong unit. You play around Zed, who's just a broken unit that for some reason was not nerfed. And you do very well in the late game. So 2 1-unit losses for Soju, by the way. Really nice here. He's got tier right now, so a blue buff is definitely not out of the question. You could also pick up something like a bow here for half of red buff. You could also pick up something like a cloak here for half of Evan's Shroud. Yeah, I like, once the tier is gone, picking up the bow. It looked like he was sort of looking at the tier, so I think maybe if he wasn't able to pick up this ribbon, he would have gone for the blue buff here, but I guess we will never know. And we're going to level here. You could theoretically try to just like play max econ, but there's parts to this, right? Soju is part, playing heartsteel, not, playing the strongest possible win streak opener, because he wants to, get that heartsteel, get the big cash outs, and play a super capped board later. But he's also playing a strongest board, right? He's leveling for this Garen. He's not just like completely full open, because he wants to maintain HP, right? Look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Look. I mean, you can already tell why this guy is having an absolutely amazing patch. Look at this. 3 1-unit losses back to back, just playing strongest board here. This was what Poppy in shop, which is an interesting idea. The problem is it's too expensive to hold, right? The only thing you could do is play it over the Garen, but that makes your board so much weaker. But yeah, it looks like we have one more fight here. Well, I guess we'll see versus this static Shiv Olaf here. But I can't imagine that we're actually gonna be able to kill this. Corki hopefully can pick up that kill on the Gnar. Yeah, the set picks it up, and this is just gonna be a 3-unit loss here. Beautiful loss streak here. 52 stacks, can't quite get to the 60. Oh, and he does actually opt to hold the Poppy, and he goes for the cash out here. Looks like he thought that he wouldn't actually be able to maintain a raise the stakes loss streak. So a little bit sad because it'd be really fun to see that. But yeah, I think Soju's just like, yeah, there's gonna be some weak people in my lobby. Wow, double ribbons, but with the Guard Breaker slammed, yeah, it doesn't seem like something that you would look to play for. And yeah, he's just going to full make 50 gold here, even selling off the Aphelios, because the only way that he would get to 5 heartsteel is if he high rolls an Ezreal here, which is not very likely to happen. Item-wise, his items actually got pretty awkward here. I'm curious to see if he slams anything. because there's no real obvious slam. The most obvious slam is like a GS or something, but that kills your IE component, kills your red buff component. So yeah, these items actually feel really, really bad right now. Hopefully we can get something that we can slam later, but I guess we'll see what our items down the line are. But I mean, still a great opener for Soju so far. Got a bunch of gold to play with, and now he is very, very wealthy and really healthy. 88 HP, not bad at all. Martyr, just a solid general augment here. I would think you would lean towards that, but we'll see. Combat Caster is also fantastic. I mean, you could even think about something like Keepers, but I don't really like Keepers unless you're playing something like Twisted Fate. Yeah, just gonna pick up the Martyr here. I mean, it's the best sort of like generic augment in a spot like this. Soon we're leveling for Poppy here, yeah, and we're just gonna chill, sit on this Corki headliner, and probably just go fast 8 with the amount of econ that we have, right? Because we got that gold cash out from heartsteel, we can probably 4 to it, especially because we're gonna get 1 more cash out near the end of this stage, which is pretty nice. So we can use that to juice up our econ or potentially our items a little bit more. Ooh, sadly we don't kill that unit, but still, because we played such a strong early game, right? Such a strong stage 2, you know, relatively, even though we lost all these fights, we're really healthy, right? 78 HP, picks up a Zac. Beautiful unit to be playing for when you're holding these type of units. You really, really want to play around that as like your tank later when you are playing around Ezreal, when you're playing around like Zed. So really, really nice pickup in the shop. Yeah, the only thing that's a little bit sad is our items right now, but it's all good. Wow, look at this setup from this player. Their Jinx reroll, Prismatic pumping up, and Last Stand. I want to track where this player goes this game because I feel like so many people take this Last Stand with 1-cost reroll, and it doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like with 1-cost reroll, you want to be spiking and win streaking early, and Last Stand is kind of the opposite of that. In any case, we have blue buff optional, red buff optional. I like the red buff on 4-cost here. It looks pretty good. Yeah, very, very happy with picking that up. It's almost like we're back to that, just slam items for Ezreal meta, at least when you're watching Soju play. Also, it's on a Blitzcrank, which could potentially be a strong frontliner, though it's a little expensive to hold. And yeah, he's just going to sell that because it's just kind of awkward for him to end up actually, playing Blitzcrank on his board. It's not very likely. You could actually look at holding the Misfortune pair here, but the problem is it's kind of expensive. I mean, you just sell a couple of these Heartsteel units. Wow, he sold the set there, right? Wow, that's surprising. Selling set pair, because usually that's what's going to go on your later game board when you're playing this comp. That was a set pair that he sold, I'm pretty sure. And he's not going to hold on to the MF either, it looks like. Just holding on 1-star copies of all of these units. Wow, that's a Zed in shop as well. So we are definitely getting really, really good direction here towards what we want to play. Definitely looks like a Zed plus Ezreal game, and we'll see down the line. The only downside is that like these items definitely lean themselves more towards going onto Ezreal. We don't really have any good Zed items yet, but I mean, we have an IE open here with our, we cashed out into that, right? We got just the glove, it looks like, maybe the glove and some gold. But yeah, we have an IE open that could be on Zed. This rod item, probably not, but it could end up being like a Gunblade Zed or something like that. Not, that likely, but it could happen, certainly. But yeah, fantastic spot to be in here. I have to imagine that we're going to 4-2 it with this amount of gold, sell the Corki, and then just take the first acceptable headliner, and then just spike our board as hard as we can. I saw another person it looked like with blue buff Corki, so looks like we might be a little contested. Item-wise, ooh, not bad, not bad. That's a full Evan Shroud, IE, and then we have to do something with this other sword. Could even be like IE Gunblade like I was talking about, but I mean, I feel like it's always going to be Evan Shroud here. You need that shred on this board. He's just going to put it on the Garen. He's going to put it on the Garen for now. I like this a lot because he's not actually that confident. And yeah, he makes the Gunblade here because he needs to find some way to get rid of that rod. It's healing onto Zed. It's a fantastic item. And he's going to hold on to this potential IE because, I don't know, he's not 100% sure if he wants to make IE here in this spot. Maybe it's a Hodge. Maybe it's, I don't know. I can't imagine that it would be a Shojin in this position, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I mean, look at this Zed unit, man. He dealt 7k. Zed1 dealt 7k. This unit is not okay. Oh my god. Rolls 2, and he's just going to pick up the egg immediately. We need to spike our board here for sure. That's a Kiana already, not bad. Ahri, not really playable from this spot. I could slow down the roll down a bit for you guys because I know some people have requested that here. Let's go to 1x speed on this roll down here. Nothing too crazy at the Karthus, but still, just we need like an AD or, I mean, that's frontline, right? But he's actually going to roll past the front line. He's looking for carry here. We finally pick up an Akali who can use most of these items pretty well, so I feel like we have to sit on this Akali for now. And yeah, this is what we are going to end up playing on our board. He's actually going to sell off the Zed because the Akali kind of fits the exact same spot that the Zed does, the sort of like AD item holder, like AD frontline item holder. So yeah, he's going to move the IE over to her, IE Gunblade Guardbreaker there, and then just leave the red buff onto onto the Ezreal. I think a really, really nice roll down, a really, really nice stabilization on a pretty non-standard roll down, I would say. You know, picking up the Akali and playing around it is definitely not what you see every day. And he also got the 5 heartsteel in. Is this Soju guy the most greedy player of all time? He's playing 5 heartsteel right now with the egg here. Like, he needs to win some fights to cash this egg out, but he thinks, you know what, I'm so healthy, like the chance that I cash this egg out is just like guaranteed. So I'm just gonna play 5 heartsteel, who cares? Even ends up rolling past something like an Echo, which could be better frontline. It could be, I mean, I guess we're not really gonna get to 4 true damage, though theoretically you can with like Senna plus Echo, you know, with what we got going on right here. But yeah, very, very greedy, but look how strong his board is. It's just because of the cash out that we got earlier that put us ahead, and also we're just finding some kind of weaker boards. You know, I feel like this Akali, I mean, it's also the items on Akali are fantastic, right? Just Akali really, really likes just the damage that I and Guardbreaker provide. We have the Evan Shroud, we have the red buff, you know, we have, you know, checkbox, we have Shred, checkbox, we have anti-heal, checkbox, we have carry items on our carries. Gonna pick up a tier here that's gonna potentially just be a blue buff slammed onto this Kiana. He's gonna get his cash out here. It's a sword, so he could look at something else, but yeah, he just wants to make the blue buff. Gonna roll down here looking for something. There's a Caitlyn, which, you know, usually fits pretty well into this board. And ooh, that is a Kayn, which is just, you know, a slightly better unit than this random Aphelios that we have. But yeah, Soju knows, you know, he's being greedy with his 5 heartsteel because he doesn't feel like he has something much better to play. But he also knows that, like, he needs to find some upgrades, or else he's not going to win these fights once he fights stronger boards, and then he's not going to actually get this egg cash out. Like, he could easily just, you know, lose a bunch of fights in a row and die, and just, you know, not even have the egg cash out. Heartsteel Ezreal, but I don't know if you can even pick this up. Is he going to go for it? He is. Wow, wow, wow. He's going to go for it. Because the problem is, where do these items go? And wow, it looks like maybe onto Kayn is the idea. Oh my god, wait. It's Kayn. He's playing 7 heartsteel. That's his idea. He's going to put red buff and Gunblade onto Corki here, and he's gonna play 7 heartsteel for the cash out. I mean, he's 62 HP. He can definitely go for this. Oh my god. I mean, this is the Soju game to end all Soju games, maybe. I mean, a win here wouldn't even be bad. Like, you want a perfect loss when you're playing around this stuff, but it's also like a win to cash out the egg is not bad either. And look at this Ezreal unit is just so insane. But wow, it's crazy actually that this board is doing well, but the items are so good on Ezreal. The front line is solid enough to keep us up. So yeah, we're alive, and these items eventually are gonna be transferred, I don't know, to some kind of duo carry. There's the Zed that could potentially duo carry, but we need the big shot in for now. I mean, it's at this point that I would start looking at some tank items, but they don't really exist here, right? You'd have to go, I mean, do you really want to, is he really going GS Renans? I mean, I don't think you want to go, yeah, he's gonna go Renans here. Renans plus GS with the idea that these items are going to go into Lucian later. We just, you know, need to get to our cash out here. We got a couple rounds left before we have that. Yeah, this is finally going to be lost. Enough people have spiked their board, but 366 stacks, and he's got one more fight, 48 HP. This is what I've been talking about the entire last patch, and I mean, it definitely holds true this patch as well, is that when you save all this HP early and you play into this heartsteel out, you can just do stuff like this, insane stuff like this, where you just play an okay board with the heartsteel Ezreal. He's got 7 heartsteel in, and it's like he's chilling. He's absolutely chilling, because he's going to lose this fight. If he loses this fight, I mean, if he wins this fight, then he cashes egg out. If he loses this fight, he's going to get 597 stack cash out, and now he's just playing for, I mean, easily first, and he just needs to live one more fight, which he absolutely will. A ton of gold, 2 support item anvils, and a Radiant GS, it looks like. Oh my god. Let's crack these here. We're going to get a Banshee's Veil that he opts to take here, and then, I don't know, what is this, like a Shroud? He's going to take a Locket here just to amp up his front line. Doesn't want to position the Shroud, and he's just going to slam the Radiant GS. He's got GS, Radiant GS onto this Kayn. He wants to put it on someone. I have to imagine this will move later. I mean, maybe it's decent enough on the Kayn for now. But yeah, and just wait, we still have our egg cash out coming, and he still has 7 heartsteel in here, by the way. Going to take a really, really small loss. Yeah, 1 unit loss, and all of a sudden he's 250 stacks. Oh my god. This game is actually so sick. Curious to see. I mean, he's probably, I feel like the story of Soju this game has just been go for more damage items. Wow, he's gonna go for Dazzler Spat here for potentially, I don't know, an extra synergy for Jazz later? Huh, interesting idea. Gonna get the egg cash out here. It is a Fawn, a Zeke's, a Chalice of Power. Very, very nice here. And so now, with the amount of gold that he's gotten from all these cash outs, he just gets to go 9 here, slam these items, and we are hard chilling at this point. Finally gets Alawi, is going to finally get out of all of this heartsteel. So now we only have 6 heartsteel in, but that is still enough to get a huge cash out if we can continue to win these fights. And yeah, I mean, now with all of these cash outs, we've easily going to win these fights, and we just have to make sure someone doesn't hit a 3-star 4 cost or something like that. And unless there's someone else going for huge cash outs, but it seems almost impossible in this spot. Really at this point, looking for Lucian to come in, I would think, over this Corki. He's just going to play the Misfortune for now. And then, yeah, put the items that I think are going to end up on Lucian. They're on the Caitlyn for now. I wonder if is it Dazzler Lucian? And the idea is like Lucian can Dazzler backline, do extra damage. Is that the idea? That's pretty sick if that's the case. Kind of a cool spat that you can play for on endgame boards. I don't know. I mean, since we're gonna go into minion round, I'm gonna go pull up the stats on Dazzler emblem on someone like a Lucian. I have to imagine it's amazing, but I haven't seen this before, I must say. Dazzler emblem, sort by the Delta, Lucian. Dazzler emblem plus Lucian averages at 2.83. Holy, it's under a 3 when you have a Dazzler emblem on a Lucian. It makes sense, right? I mean, by the time you get to a Lucian, obviously you're in a pretty good spot. There's the Lucian. Like I was talking about, he's going to go Renan's red buff. And he's just going to put the GS on there. Aw, no Dazzler emblem Lucian, sadly. He's just going to use it for extra synergies. Would have been sick, but I feel like he's got so much stuff right now, right? Like, he doesn't even... Like, are you really going to put Dazzler Emblem on Lucian instead of a full, you know, a Radiant GS or something like that? And he just puts it on Zac, by the way, which is a nice holder of it. Boom, Zac jumps on all 3 of these units. I mean, yeah, well, what can you say about this? We got a few more rounds left, but he's going to get another huge cash out there. Just full Fawn for fun, by the way. On his board, he's got 11 units in on level 9. He's got 2 Fawns just sitting on the bench. I mean, how could you... What a cool game, though, from Soju. I feel like he played a pretty cool line to get through the mid-game on playing around that Akali. Then the second he saw that heartsteel, Ez really picked it up. And really the story of this game was saving HP early, right? He didn't even have, like, a very high-roll opener, right? But he just played a strong opener, saved his HP, and now he's in this spot here where, yeah, he's even going to lose a fight, which is kind of crazy that he lost to Snap there. But, I mean, he's still got a lot of his board left to pivot. He's going to pick up Thresh, too, here. Still looking for stuff like a Lowy, too. Could pick up like a Kiana too here as just sort of random unit in, but he's just going to play Guardian as a solid synergy, and he still has no Lucian. Yeah, like, I mean, I guess it's possible that we do not win this game because of, I don't know what Snap's board even was. I was just ranting about how insane this board was, but I mean, the fact that Soju even lost a fight is incredible to me. The Snap guy must have had the greatest board of all time, and I guess we're going to see when we fight them one more time. It looks like they had a pretty capped board as well. Yeah, they have Lucian. They're basically doing the exact same thing, playing around Lucian. Pick up a Shojin here. It's also on a Yorick, and now we have Yorick paired, but that's still not a full Yorick 2, but that is a full Yorick 2. So now we have Yorick 2. We're going to move Zac items over to Yorick, it looks like. Yeah, so those damage items and the Dazzler emblem, which is pretty cool. And then roll down a bit, just try to find something to get in. This is going to be 8-bit plus... Is it even Sentinel? Do we have a Sentinel on the board? I don't even know we got so much going. I don't think we do. We have so much going on this board, though, but... Surely, now that we have the Yorick 2, we can win this fight. The Lucian's shooting, the Ezreal's shooting, and it is going to be a dub for K3 Soju. Another dub on this, in his match history. I mean, this guy is just going absolute genius mode. Just playing insanely high capped boards and winning games, and yeah, gaining a lot of LP in the process. So try it out in your own games. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, check out my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thanks for watching.